Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It is another HBCU OverDrive live show. In the afternoon again, y'all. You have it done by now. Please make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU OverDrive. You see what is going on today. Today is the previews of the week. And we kind of gonna go into all of the stuff, including D2 football, because it's a lot of good football in that on that level right there. But if you haven't done it by now, like I said, make sure that you subscribe and become a member of the hottest HBCU podcast on YouTube right now. We are broadcasting live on YouTube and on Twitter. So make sure that you become a member and subscribe. Also, you want to help donate to the channel to make it better, to get it rocking. Make sure you just hit the Cash App handle. It's going on in the ticker right now. So let me move this out the way. Move this out the way. And it's kind of quiet in here, so kind of quiet in here. So man, it's a good thing to try to do something like this early in the day. So but yeah, if you haven't done it by now, make sure you do that and subscribe. First of all, let's get into the thing. Waking up early in the morning and seeing something about Coach Prime taking a commercial jet to Atlanta to get to Auburn. First of all, let's stop it with the trolling, y'all. If you hating on Prime, if you don't want to see him, if you don't want him to succeed, beat him. That's all you got to do is beat the man. If you don't want the man to succeed, beat him at his own game. All right. So I can't say anything else about that. So all the trolls, you know what I'm saying, talking about him going to Auburn, man, y'all just need to leave it alone. He is fine where he is at right now. When we get to that plateau, we will have a plan. As far as for Jackson State, we'll have a plan in place to find the replacement for Coach Prime. But in the meantime, between time, he is doing his job. If you don't want him to be at Jackson State, or you just don't like him, beat him on the field. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's it, and that's all. But first thing, we're gonna get to it, man, because that was something that I woke up to, and I was like, you know what? It's all cap. It's all cap. So we're gonna get into it, man. I want to start off with D2 HBCUs. Games in between for them. We're gonna start in the SIAC. And y'all already know, the hottest team right now in that conference is Benedict. Benedict is doing a hell of a job. Coach Chennis Berry is doing a hell of a job with that team right there. But first, we're going to get into some lesser known games right now. We got Lane versus Savannah State. Kind of see it. Lane versus Savannah State. Lane is 6-4 in the West, 3-3 in the West, 6-4 overall. And then you got Savannah State. Savannah State, you really think about it. Hold up. I got the wrong standards. I'm talking about. Let me get that. Lane is 5-4, but they're 4-2 in the conference. On the West, you got Savannah State 4-5, 3-4 in the conference. In the East, I'm looking at this game right here. I got the way Savannah State shocked everybody last week. What up? What up? What up? What up? SWAC the fool. What's going on? What's going on, mama body? Man, look, I got Savannah State taking this game, not by a lot, but I got Savannah State taking this game. Y'all, so let's see. Let me check and see. We got Clark Atlanta versus Morehouse. Morehouse haven't won a game yet. I got Clark Atlanta winning this game easily. This is a 2 p.m. game in Atlanta, so basically, I got Clark Atlanta continuing the woes for Morehouse. I don't see Morehouse winning the game anytime soon. You got Edward Waters playing Atlantis University. I do not know who Atlantis is, but I figured that Edward Waters is going to get it done. Toriano Morgan, he has a pretty decent squad, but injuries and bad play has taken cost for his team. But with this game right here, I got Edward Waters beating Atlantis University. What up, Russell Haynes? What up, Russ? You already know MEAC. We're gonna get to the MEAC in a little bit, man. Tuskegee versus Miles. From what I'm hearing, Miles is not all that great this year. Tuskegee is sitting at the top of the conference at on the East, 7-2, 6-0. 6-0 in the conference. I have Tuskegee winning big with this game right here. Other games we got Benedict versus Allen. Allen is 1-6 right now, and Benedict, everybody knows Benedict is sitting pretty at 9-0. And I don't see that train stopping for nobody. So I got Benedict winning big against Allen. Now, this is pretty much Benedict and Allen pretty much across the street from each other. So it's the battle, it's the battle of Columbia, South Carolina. Like I said, I got Benedict beating Allen. How you doing, Miss Coleman? I got Benedict beating Allen. You got Kentucky State versus Central State. Now this game is in Wilberforce, Ohio. Kentucky State keep the momentum going. They are sitting 4-2 in the conference on the western side of the SIAC. Against Central State, which is 1-5 in the conference, 2-7 overall. I got Kentucky State winning. I got Kentucky State winning this game by at least 21. And the game I really want to get into is the Fountain City Classic. Y'all only think I know about that, huh? Fort Valley State versus Albany. Now, Albany is sitting second in the East behind Benedict, and Fort Valley is sitting third behind Albany State and Benedict. Both these teams come in at 7-2 overall. Albany State has the 5-1 conference record. Fort Valley has a conference record of 4-2 in the east side of the SIAC. This game right here is going to determine who the as far as not trying to play Benedict later on early in the D2 playoffs. I got Fort Valley winning this game. I think I said that last night on HBCU Nightly on Twitter Spaces. I got Fort Valley winning this game. Omni State do have a good defense. They have a formidable defense. If you can are a D2 school and you can hold FAMU to 23, even though you only scored 13, but if you can hold them to 23 and not get the doors blown off of you, you have a pretty much good defense, y'all. But like I said, I got Fort Valley winning this game. There's going to be a tie with them for second place. Next on the list, we got the CIAA. Now, y'all know the biggest surprise from last weekend was Chowan going into Richmond and beating Virginia Union. Not really soundly, but it was a close game. So we're gonna get into what the games are for this weekend for this conference. So you got Virginia Union versus Virginia State. Man, I've already said Virginia Union is going to come back. They're going to beat Virginia State in Ettrick. And I feel like Jada Byers is going to have 250 yards rushing. Y'all need to watch this kid play. Jada Byers, y'all need to watch this kid play. Let me see what Lauren said. Yeah, winner of this, the winner of the Fountain City Classic just need another game just to be in the conversation. Yeah, I understand that. But back to Jada Byers and Virginia Union. If you haven't seen Jada Byers play, he's a running back for Virginia Union, 5'7", 180. This kid is dynamite, electric. Leads. I think he leads D2 football in rushing with over. I think he has over like 1,600 yards rushing. Hey, don't see that train roll. Don't see that train stopping. St. Augustine versus Shaw. I got Shaw winning this game handily. St. Augustine doesn't have that type of firepower right now. We got Elizabeth City State versus Chowan. Like I said, Chowan coming in last week into Richmond and beating Virginia Union. I got Chowan winning this game against the Vikings of Elizabeth City. I got them seeing winning by at least 10. Also, next game on the list is Bowie State versus Lincoln of Pennsylvania. I got Bowie State coming in. I don't see Lincoln doing anything against this defense. And remember, this Bowie State is the same team that was coached by Damian Wilson, who's over at Morgan State. Bowie State is still formidable as far as the defense goes. I have Bowie State winning this game soundly, and they get back on track. Also, let's see, we got Johnson C. Smith versus Livingstone. I think this is a big rivalry game. This game is playing in Salisbury, North Carolina. I got Livingstone winning this game, not by much. And last but not least, you got Fayetteville State versus Winston-Salem. I'm gonna rock with my guy Stephen Gaither. He's a grad of Winston-Salem State. I'm gonna rock with my guy with him. I'm gonna rock with Winston-Salem State tomorrow on Saturday with a win against Fayetteville State. All right, so that's enough of the D2 HBCUs. So we're gonna go into the MEAC, the preview of the MEAC. Now, this is something that y'all need to watch out. Y'all know the MEAC is a 16 conference, y'all. MEAC is a 16 conference, but the team that is sitting at the top of the conference is none other than Howard University. It is a team that I said I would never bet on, but they kind of got me to betting on them. Never said I would do that. But we're gonna go down the line. We're gonna go down this line right here. First on deck. First on deck is Norfolk versus North Carolina A&T. North Carolina A&T has found their quarterback in Jalen Fowler. Bashir Tootin. I don't want to butcher his name, but I hope I got it right. This kid is electric. Reminds me of a little less Tariq Cohen. How you doing, Miss Karen? I have A&T winning this game. I do not see Norfolk making any type of noise. I feel like that win against Morgan that they had was a fluke. And Dawson Odoms, I'm not saying that he's in the hot seat, but better luck next year. So I got A&T winning this game 45-14. 45-14. Make sure y'all get y'all picks ready. Have y'all picks in the comment. Try to do some stuff. Try to get some stuff. Have some fun doing some stuff. Next on the list, we got Morgan State versus Stony Brook. Now, I was surprised by what happened last week when Morgan played South Carolina State. Actually, I take that back. I was not surprised. I was not surprised what they did to South Carolina State. I think a lot of teams have done this to South Carolina State. I think they have their plan is to make Corey Fields into the most asinine pedestrian quarterback known to FCS football. That's my take. All right. What this team did what Morgan did last week, and yes, with a backup QB, which was not, his stats was not good, but they controlled the clock. Feed the ball to Alfonso Graham. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. Feed the ball to Alfonso Graham. This kid is electric. Last week he averaged almost 7 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. On the season, he had 789 yards on 127 carries for 7 touchdowns, and he averages a 6.2 yards per carry. 6.2 yards per carry. That's what he averages. He is a senior. Hopefully, they will grant him, I guess, a COVID season, and he'll probably come back. But if not, I see my guy breaking 1,000 yards this year. But they're going against Stony Brook. Stony Brook is 1-7 in the NEC. I'll get back to that question, Russell. I can't really answer that question right there, but I'll get back to it. I got Morgan State winning big. Another 40 piece lemon pepper. Morgan State 42, Stony Brook 20. So that's my prediction for that game right there. Next on the list we got going is Delaware State versus South Carolina State. Now, thing about Delaware State, and I always say this, is that it's hard for them to move the ball. I've always say that. It's hard for Delaware State to move the ball. Now, it's not hard for them to play defense, though, either. They took one on the chin last week against North Carolina Central by a final score of 28-21. CJ Henry did kind of come around to his own. He had good numbers last week. 19 to 28, 255, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Collectively, they ran for 135 yards on the ground, 4.7 yards per carry, and 1 touchdown on the ground. It was just the fact that they was put in precarious situations where they had to play from behind. They had to play from behind. They had a big scoring outburst in the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, I think they got shut out by Central, and Davis Richard had to, he made the plays that he needed to make. Now, against South Carolina State. South Carolina State, like I said, if you want to win against SC State, make Corey Fields one-dimensional. Make him one-dimensional. That's all you need to do, because he's not going to look through progressions. He's not going to use his running backs out of the backfield. He's not trying to throw intermediate passes. And it is a must-win. It is a must-win for South Carolina State, because this basically keeps them in the driver's seat to try to win the MEAC. But having 2 losses in the MEAC, being 0-2, 1-1, not 2 losses, but 1 loss in the MEAC and 1 win, is kind of hard for them to basically get back on track. So, and not only do they have Dale State this weekend, they have Howard next weekend. So that is a must-win game for SC State also. And if they lose that game, you might as well chalk it up. That's it. Wait till next season. So I have this game. South Carolina State's going on a 2-game losing streak after they win against NC Central. I got them losing. I got Dale State winning against South Carolina State, 28-20. And the reason why I say 28-20, because they'll probably give up a touchdown to Shaq Davis, and South Carolina State probably would, they'll probably get points off of turnovers, but they can't run the ball whatsoever. If I'm not mistaken, drum major SCSU. If I'm not mistaken, you can't run the ball, and Corey Fields is way inconsistent. He's totally inconsistent. Dale State, all they have to do is basically play, control the ball, control the clock, keep that offense off the field. And if you got the offense, and if that Bulldog offense is on the field, you make them look pedestrian. So that is my take as that is my take for South Carolina State and Dale State. And last but not least, this is the game of the week in the MEAC. Howard versus North Carolina Central. Who would have thought I would speak anything good about Howard other than the academics and the celebs that used to go to the school there? It's a home game for South Carolina State, but man, look, they are totally inconsistent. You're talking about a team that the running back, he only has like 400 yards, almost 400 yards on the ground, but no other player on the team has over 200 yards. Your second leading rusher is a quarterback, and Tyrese Nix. You can't have that. And you only scored 5 touchdowns rushing the ball. You are pretty much South Carolina State is pretty much dead last in rushing offense. Yes, it is a must win for everybody. So let me get back to we're gonna get going to Howard and NC Central. All right. North Carolina Central, hey, you coming off a big win against Campbell. No, I mean against Delaware State. You had a hiccup against South Carolina State. You beat Morgan State to death. You let Campbell bulldoze you early in the season. Are we gonna get the team that actually bulldozed Morgan State and destroyed New Hampshire, or are we gonna get the team that let the Bulldogs squeak by them and the big offensive line of Campbell just mollywop? Also, Davius Richard. Who are we going to get with that? Are we going to get the one that was damn near flawless, or the one that kind of looked like a deer in the headlights against Campbell? And then let's not forget, Central does lead the MEAC in rushing. They lead the MEAC in rushing. And also, Richard is completing 63% of his passes. He has 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions on the season, but he's been sacked 14 times. So that offensive line can be skittish. So, and I'm looking at the defense for Howard. Give or take some the games that Howard was in. I still say they should have beat Alabama State in the beginning of the year. Hampton got lucky against them. Hampton should not have never won this game against Howard. They played strong against South Florida. They had to play catch up against Yale. Harvard dominated them from start to finish. But the last 2 games after that, putting up 35 against Delaware State and putting up 49 against Norfolk State, Howard needs to kind of keep that momentum going. So what do? Last game, you handed the ball out to Eden James. He had 114 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. He averaged 11 yards per carry in the last game. So you have dogs as for your running backs. Quentin Williams is the catalyst. Quentin Williams is the catalyst for this team. The team goes the way Quentin Williams goes. So Quentin Williams has to. I take this stat line any day. 17 to 22, 171, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Now I won't take the stat line if you reverse the interceptions and the touchdowns, 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions, because basically that means that he is trying to throw the ball down the field when it is not needed for it. Okay. Now I can attest, early in the season with Howard, it was play calling. That part of it was play calling. Other part was Quentin Williams trying to play. I feel like he was trying to play hero ball. We know that you can throw the deep ball, but can you go through your progressions? And if you do not see nobody open down the field, can you throw the ball to your running back out of the backfield? Can you go through and hit your tight end on a short hitch or an option route when things get tricky. That's the type of quarterback I'm looking for in Quentin Williams. Now I understand if you can throw the ball deep down the field. That's cool, and that's cool. That's good. But and I already know people say chicks dig the long ball, man. Doc, chicks did the long ball. It sounds like you're playing damn baseball. But you have the receivers, you have the running backs. Utilize them in the most effective way. That is what I'm saying, as far as for Howard. Okay. Your defensive line is second to none. Like your defensive line is crazy. So I wouldn't see anything else bad with Howard. I feel like Howard. Hey man, I gotta know the MEAC, man. I can't just be doing the SWAC all the time. I'm a SWAC kid, but you know what I'm saying. I gotta know what the MEAC is all about and everything. I know y'all play big boy ball on the East Coast, okay? But Howard, with Howard, limit the opportunities for Davius Richard to get off. Play good, sound defense, run the ball, and make timely passes. You will win this game. I got Howard winning this game. I told y'all I would not pick Howard again, but I got Howard winning this game. Why? Because they have all the momentum in trying to get into the Celebration Bowl. So let's just say they win out, okay? If they win out, they 6-5. And if I'm looking at it, like I said, they could have been 7-3. 2 games they should not have lost. 2 games they should not have lost. Like I said, the Hampton game, they should never lost that game. That the MEAC SWAC challenge, they had the momentum in that game before the weather delay. Then we would have been talking about a whole different Howard team right now. Even though yes, they would have got they would have got dominated by South Florida. They got dominated by Harvard, and yeah, if they would not have started off slow, they would have won the game also. We're talking about a whole different Howard team. I got Howard winning this game against North Carolina Central. I got them winning by at least a touchdown. 28-21. Now, if I'm wrong, I would never bet on Howard ever again. Even in basketball, I would never bet on Howard. I know Howard's good at basketball, but I would never bet on Howard even if they lose this game. But so I'm gonna go back to before I move on to the SWAC, I'm gonna go back to Russell Haynes' question. Said one question: why don't the MEAC or SWAC have a team from Georgia in conference? Tough question. Well, the MEAC did have a team in Georgia. It was Savannah State. They tried to move up. They did not have any type of success in the MEAC in Division I. So they moved back down to Division II, where they're having some sort of formidable success in the SIAC. All right. So and also with Fort Valley and Albany State, Clark and Morehouse, and don't know what's going to happen with Morris Brown, if Morris Brown's going to bring back a football team or not. We don't know about Morris Brown because, like I said, we don't know about what their plans are for the future because they just got their accreditation back. So let's just let them sit pretty, sit high, and do what they do. But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Now the MEAC could now the MEAC can go after. To me, the MEAC can go after teams like Fort Valley or Albany State. I would go after those teams right there. I would go after those teams. I won't go after Savannah State, but I will go after Fort Valley, especially Albany State. And you know, Albany State, they got some money right there. They got some money. It's all about and y'all know it's all about the transition going from D2 to D1. It is not a easy it is not an easy thing to do. So like I said, if you think I'm lying, like I said, ask Savannah State. It was hard for them to do that. You look at standings when they was in the MEAC, like they was 0 for whatever, 1-9 and 1-10 and 2-9, and you know they was not ready for the MEAC. They was not ready for the MEAC. They was not ready to be Division 1 in the FCS, but they're doing good in Division 2 in the SIAC. I like what they're doing. Kudos to them. All right, so we're gonna go to the SWAC, baby. We're going to the SWAC, baby. Who is SWAC, y'all? Who is SWAC? So we got some games that's going on today, tomorrow, and on Saturday. First game on the list, as always. We got Alabama A&M versus Mississippi Valley. And we got Alabama A&M versus Mississippi Valley. This game is played in Itta. It will be on ESPNU tonight, 6:30 kickoff. Oh yeah, I'm about to say, as with Winston-Salem State, yes, yeah, they was in the MEAC also, and they did not fare well in the MEAC. That's the reason why I went back down to Division 2 to the CIAA, and you know, we knew what they did when they went to the CIAA. They did win. They went to the championship game. That was coached by Connell Maynard, and they had. I mean, Winston-Salem had success in the CIAA. So you are right, Miss Karen. You are right. There's a lot of teams that try to move up from Division 2 to Division 1, or from FCS to FBS, where they have not made, you know, the transition was not enjoyable per se. But now something like this, and I'm gonna get on this right here before I get into the, you know, to the stats. Mississippi Valley is the lowest revenue budget revenue school in the SWAC. I'm trying to get my words out. Their athletic budget is dead last in the SWAC. And in order for them to get the resources, you know, they play all these games away before they even play a home game in Itta to try to get the money to make sure that their athletic programs are set. If you don't know about it, I remember when Valley had Sean Woods as their head coach for men's basketball. These guys was on the road for the first 10, 11 games of the season, and they was 0-11. I think they won the SWAC one of those years, that year, because they was battle tested. But that, like I said, also they needed the money. My only solution for Mississippi Valley in a case like this is for them to go to D2. And who will take them in D2? I mean, of course, you got Delta State, which is 30 minutes from Itta. I don't know what conference would take them, but like I said, they might need to go D2, kind of figure that out, because they don't have the revenue to actually even compete in FCS in Division One. So let me get to this. I think I had it on. I don't know if it's on my phone. But all right, we're gonna go to the SWAC, man. We in the SWAC, baby. So Mississippi Valley versus Alabama A&M. Now, the deal about Alabama A&M. What's going on? What's going on, Kobe? Thanks for joining in on the show, bro. Mississippi Valley. I mean, A&M, Mississippi Valley. A&M is basically a tale of who is the quarterback for the team. Are you gonna go with Xavier Langford, or are you gonna go with Quincy Casey? One is a running quarterback, the other is a pocket passer, but both of them look horrible, making horrible decisions. If y'all did not watch that Magic City Classic this past weekend, oh my God, I felt like, I think it was Quincy Casey had a brain fart. And it, I don't know, man. But he came up with some good numbers. You don't know, but like I said, we do not know who Maine is going to pick as the quarterback. My whole thing is hand the ball off to England. That's it. All you have to do, hand the ball off to Donovan England and get out the way. You got Xavier Langford on the field. He'll probably get about 60, 70 yards running on the ground. This team is in shambles. It's in disarray. And I'm looking at this team like, I don't know if you're playing for your coach, you're playing for yourself. What are you doing? Like, because just last year you were 7-3 riding high, but you had a capable quarterback in Akil Glass. You don't have that now. But Valley, man, last game against, the last game they played against Mary's Kids, aka Bethune, they put up a pretty good fight, scoring 35 points. That was the biggest scoring output that they had this season. What's going on? You sure it's week 9? Okay, my bad, bro. My bad. I'll change it. Hey, Spence, my bad. I'll change it. You good. We all good. You still don't know who you start. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, because he changes like almost every other week. That's the crazy thing about Maine. He changes quarterbacks every other week. One weekend, one Saturday is Quincy Casey. The other Saturday is Xavier Langford. Xavier Langford do good. He'll still pull him out and put Quincy in. Quincy look like trash. He'll pull him out, put Xavier in. Like the musical chairs of football is, it's terrible. It's terrible, man. But with Valley, man, they put up their biggest output against Bethune-Cookman last week, scoring 35, but they lost the game 45-35. Also, if you really haven't seen it, there was a fight, post-game fight on the field against between those two schools, the players on the field. From what I heard, Valley does have probably maybe I think said 10 to 12 people suspended for this game because they was off last week. They was off last weekend. They probably had 10 to 12 people suspended. It sucks. but I say they play for the school, play for your school, play with pride, play for your coach. I mean, in a sense, I probably have Valley winning this game because I'm just trying to figure out the confusion with Coach Maynard at A&M. So I actually got Valley winning this game, not by a lot. I got him winning 17-10. It's on. Hey, Miss Veronica, it's gonna be a low scoring game with this Alabama A&M and Mississippi Valley. So, like I said, I got Valley winning this game 17-10. Next on the list, this is on Friday. This game is on Friday. It's on ESPNU also. 6:30 kickoff. It's live from Blackshear Field in Prairie View, Texas. Alcorn versus Prairie View. Hold on, let me see what you say. Looks like Maynard didn't know how to change offense to fit what he had at quarterback. He's still trying to run the same plays that he ran with West. I feel that that's the same thing I feel like he's doing also. You got to tweak your playbook. You got to tweak your offensive system for the type of quarterback that you have coming in. Xavier Langford was a runner. I would have tweaked it to where you do more RPO. But then you also got Quincy Casey as backup. But he's more of the pocket passer. But with the progressions with Quincy Casey, I don't think he fits that system right there. What up, AD? Hey, it's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a good game. So, man, look, we gonna get into it. Alcorn versus Prairie View. All right. Let's look at Alcorn. Alcorn leads the whole SWAC in rushing offense. They lead the whole SWAC in rushing offense, y'all. And when I say they, they're third in the SWAC. I take that back. They're third in the SWAC. Prairie View's number one in the SWAC in rushing offense. Alcorn has overall 1,484 yards, 4.4 yards a carry, 12 touchdowns. So they average 185 yards on the ground. Now, Prairie View leads the whole conference in rushing offense. These guys, this team is rushing for almost 2,000 yards, 5.4 yards per average, 24 touchdowns. So they averaging out 240 yards on the ground by themselves. Now, this is where we get to the little tricky part. Their rushing defense. Alcorn is giving up 1,200 yards, but on 4 yards of carry, but they're giving up 15 touchdowns. So they're giving up almost 150 yards on the ground as a team. Prairie View does not fare better because they're giving up 182 yards on the ground at a 4.5 yards per clip. So that says to me that something got to give. something has to give. Okay, so when it comes to Alcorn, I watched the film on Aaron Allen. He's a good quarterback. Height wise, it's a killer for him. I watched the game I watched the replay when they played Texas Southern. My God, it's like he had a perfect pocket. Now I'm talking about, when you got a perfect pocket, you got the U-shaped pocket where the lineman is basically creating the space in the throwing lanes for you. He steps up into the pocket and basically the pocket collapses. So just because he's only 5'10", he cannot see over some majority of his linemen, because the majority of his linemen is like 6'3", 6'4", he ends up getting the sack. Texas Southern end up getting a coverage sack. So to me, with that, you have to have throwing lanes. So that means if you got to get up out of the pocket to make sure you throw the ball, because you did carve them up for 396 yards in the air, all right. But you also threw three picks. So that's one thing. That's the quarterback. Who's the quarterback you're going to get for Alcorn? The one that threw 3 touchdowns and 3 picks against against Texas Southern, or the one that single-handedly tried to put the game in his hand, and handed the ball off to Jarvion Howard and made timely passes against McNeese State? Who are you going to get? Ooh, hey. Let me know how that game goes against Howard and Central. I'm probably gonna watch it while I'm at work so I can get some intel on it, man. But let me know. Russell Haynes said Prairie View Southern in the title game versus JSU. The way that it's looking right now, even though Southern beat Prairie View and gave Prairie View their only conference loss, I have Prairie View going back to the SWAC championship game out of the West. But they already got a tiebreak. They got a head-to-head advantage against Texas Southern, because they beat them in the beginning of the year. They beat Grambling. They have they played Pine Bluff yet? I don't think they played Pine Bluff yet, but they beat them. I don't see nobody else trying to, I don't see nobody else winning against them. I don't see nobody else winning against them. Now, they did have their hiccup when they played last season. They played Valley, and they lost to them at home. But with this team right here, I don't see anybody beating this team going into the SWAC championship game. Now, when they get to the SWAC championship game, we already know what's going to happen. So, okay, yep, they played Pine Bluff. Yeah, I don't see, like I said, I don't see nobody beating this. I don't see nobody beating Prairie View. Only team I see beating Prairie View is Prairie View. They beat themselves. We got Trayvon Connolly. They pretty much run they run like almost a spread wing T type offense, like a veer type offense formation out of the spread. He has 1,000 yards passing, but he only has 5 touchdowns on throwing the ball and 4 interceptions. He's been sacked 10 times, but only because he has the legs, he has the wheels to get out there. He's also the second leading rusher on the team with 530 yards and 11 touchdowns. So I see a heavy dose of run against Alcorn. I also see Alcorn try to do a heavy dose of run against Prairie View, but also Prairie View has a formidable defense. They're going to try to make Alcorn one-dimensional. Instead of running the ball, they're going to try to make that boy pass the ball. They're going to try to make Aaron Allen be an actual pocket passer. This game right here, Prairie View wins. They win big. 35-14, Prairie View. So next on the list, the next game on the list, do we even got to talk about this game right here? Pine Bluff versus Grambling. Grambling did get their first win, their first SWAC win last week. Maurice Washington was running, he ran the ball formidable. I think they found their quarterback. Grambling found their quarterback in Julian Calvez. Even though, yes, his stat line sucked ass, 7 of 14 to 58 yards, but it was just the way that the team rallied behind him. You got Quaterius Hawkins as the backup. He is a walking turnover machine. He is a walking turnover machine. So Calvez is going to actually lead the team for the rest of the season. I expect to take the heat off of Calvez. Hugh Jackson is going to have to run the ball. He's going to have to do heavy Mo Washington, Chalk, Williams, Tap. He's going to have to rotate about 3 or 4 running backs in just to make sure that he keeps the pressure off of Calvez. What else? And then what else can I say about Pine Bluff? Pine Bluff, you are who you are. That's it. You are who you are. You are on a 6-game losing streak after you done played 2 cupcake teams in the beginning of the season. Same thing that happened last season when you went on the 9-game losing streak. You're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing this season. That's the reason why Doc Gamble got fired. That's the reason why y'all in the head coaching search right now. But y'all do have some playmakers on your team. In Britain, he's a dog at running back position at almost 800 yards rushing the ball with 12 touchdowns. I think he is the 2nd leading rusher in the conference. So that is the only thing that you have good for you. Skylar Perry, you know who Skylar Perry. We know who Skylar Perry is. He is not that good. You are who you are. I got Grambling winning this game, and I don't have them winning big, but let's just put it like this: you're playing Pine Bluff, you're playing Grambling in the hole. Nobody goes to the hole and try to win in the hole. Okay, that's fact. All right. So I got Grambling winning this game, 24-10. They win their 3rd game of the year, and then they got Texas Southern the following weekend. So, and after that is Bayou Classic in 2 weeks after that. So I got Grambling. Grambling can finish off the season on a 4-game winning streak. Or on a 3-game winning streak. They can finish off the season on a 3-game winning streak. They can. Will they do it? Don't know yet. It all depends on how they play against Texas Southern and what they do in the Bayou Classic against Southern. Other than that, we don't know. But they can win. They can end the season on a 3-game win streak. That is something that you can look to for the following year, especially when it comes to recruiting and who you want to get to come in to the school. All right. Pine Bluff, find your coach. More likely you might basically be hiring Don Treadwell as your head coach. But y'all got to get it together. You have to get it together. You got to get those 9-game losing streaks out of your system. You have to. But like I said, better luck next season. Next on the list, we got Bama State versus Mary's Kids, aka Bethune. All right, man. Bama State coming off a good big victory against Alabama A&M in the Magic City Classic, 24-17. Demetrius Davis in that game. Let me put up his stats. Demetrius Davis in that game, 11-25, 140, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. That was good because you cut down the interception. You cut down your turnovers. Yeah, Miss Veronica, they do not look good. Alcorn do not look good. The only thing about Bama State is they have no type of running game. They have no type of innovation on offense. Defense is always going to be stout. Defense is always going to be punishing, but you have no type of creativity, no type of execution on the offensive side of the ball. So, with that being said, let me just say this about Bethune, y'all. Jalen Jones looked like the quarterback that Jackson State was really supposed to have before Prime got there. My guy is third. My guy is third in passing in the conference. Third in passing in the conference. Oh, make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. 1640 in the air with 9 touchdowns. 422 on the ground with another 3 on the ground. Hey, this the guy that he's, he looked like that's the way he's supposed to do. I think that, and I'm gonna tell you like this. I think spending that the one season at the JUCO level helped him immensely. The only thing about Bethune is basically you start off your road warriors, and I understand the reason why you're road warriors because you had storm that came through the school, and it knocked everything out of whack. But in games that you played, it's like you played hard. You played hard. In fact, that game y'all played last week against Prairie View, I felt like y'all should have won that game. Ain't no way Prairie View supposed to score 58 points against y'all. Especially when you're supposed to turn the quarterback Conley make him one-dimensional. Yes, he runs the ball, but make him one-dimensional. Make him pass the ball. Turn him into a passer. Now, Mary's kids, your homework for tonight, for this weekend, is to turn Demetrius Davis into a passer. He is good at being innovative with his legs. He is good at running the ball to pass the ball, but make him a pocket passer. That is your homework for this weekend. Okay? If you do that and you run the ball effectively to keep that offense off the field, you win the game. And I'm going to go with my boy Sonny Boone 98, C98. I'm going to go with Mary's kids. I got Mary's kids beating Bama State. Now, what that says right there is with the standings. Bethune beats Alabama State, drops them down to 3-3 in the conference. Valley beats Alabama A&M, drops them down to 3-3 in the conference. Then Bethune wins. That would tie them for third place in the conference with Bama State and Alabama A&M. So it would be a cluster for third place in the conference. Now, like I said, with the West, I'm gonna go to the West in a little bit. But like I said, I got Mary's kids winning against Bama State. My score prediction is 35-24. Bama State they'll try to produce and contribute to some points on the offensive end, but I feel like they don't have that type of firepower. They don't have that creativity to do anything on the offensive play, on the offensive side of the ball. So I also see Quashard Bird running big for probably about 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's how I see it. Oh Lord. Um, who's next on the list? Who's next on the list? Uh oh, oh yeah. I forgot about this game. Southern, Southern, Father versus FAMU. All right. FAMU, okay. FAMU's on a 6-game winning streak after that ass whooping they took from Jackson State early in the season. During the 6 games, I don't see during the 6 games, that 6-game winning streak, they have not blown nobody out other than Valley by 27. During the 6-game winning streak, they beat Albany State. They beat them by 10, 23-13. They took down Alabama A&M 38-25. They beat Valley 34-7. They, oh my God, they squeaked by South Carolina State 20-14. And I still had issues with that game right there. And this game too, when they played Grambling, beat Grambling 20-16, and then they just beat Pine Bluff 27-6. All right. So even though they're on a 6-game winning streak, they have not dominated any of these games, except for the Valley game. That's it. They have not dominated any of these games. Now, these boys want to go to the playoffs. They gotta beat a team to sleep. You gotta put 40 or 50 on somebody and beat them to sleep. I don't see this with Southern. All right. Now, let's get into the stats. You got Jeremy Musa, second in the conference with 2,034 yards passing, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He has been sacked 14 times. So basically, if I'm Southern, I'm turning him into a damn statue. Second of all, FAMU, you are dead last in the conference when it comes to rushing offense. You have rushed the ball for 809 yards, 7 touchdowns. On I think it was like a 3.9 or 4 yards per carry average. That does not get it done. You want to beat the team to sleep. You want to beat Southern, you got to be able to run the ball. Run the ball. That's what you need to do. Another way that FAMU could lose against Southern is if, and it's a big old, it ain't no big old if, we know that Musa only targets Xavier Smith and nobody else. You got a dynamic playmaker, speedster in Jamaray Shareed. You got a big guy in David Manigo and Oxidine. And you got a capable tight end. But you do not even look that way. Xavier Smith is all world. Yes, he is all world. He leads the conference in receiving yards, 793 yards. God, excuse my context. 703 yards, 8 touchdowns, 63 receptions, 11.2 yards per catch. That's it. It's like Musa sees X-Men. That's all he's going to throw to. He's really not trying to pass the ball to nobody else, because I feel like he doesn't trust anybody else to catch the ball. Now, if this was last season with Rashawn, if this was with Rashawn McKay playing quarterback, McKay is the game manager of the year. He would have passed the ball around to everybody, not just to X-Men, but he would have passed the ball around to everybody. But also, like I said, if you want to win this game, you have to be able to run the ball. You are dead last in the conference in rushing the football. You have to be able to run the ball. Now, Southern, on the other hand, hey, you just got that big goose egg put on you by Jackson State, man. I'm trying to figure out how you're going to come back from that. How are you going to come back from that? But Sean McCray didn't even have a good game last week. Jackson State basically shut down the running game, made them into a passing team. McCray couldn't do anything as far as in the passing game. I think Lagon, I think he left out of the game after his 52-yard run with an injury. So don't know what's gonna happen with him. But for FAMU to win the game against Southern, you have to turn McCray into he has to be one-dimensional, because he can beat you with his feet, but you want to make him into a pocket passer. He has been sacked 14 times also too. You want him to turn him into an interception machine. He has 7 interceptions on the season already also. So you want to basically turn him into a pocket passer. You want to restrict him from using his leg, turn him into a pocket passer. Only thing about I get upset with FAMU and their defense, they are so vanilla because they only use a 4-man front. They only pressure with a 4-man front. They don't bring no type of 5th or 6th rusher in there to kind of cause some sort of havoc and chaos. And they drop back 7 in the backfield because they don't want to get beat in the middle. They don't want to get beat deep. With the tail of the tape right here, I feel like Southern is not going to be able to come back from the goose egg that they got put on them by Jackson State. They go down to Bragg, where it's hard to win at Bragg in Tallahassee, the highest of 7 hills. What up, Blue? What up, Blue? It is hard to win in Tallahassee. It is hard to win in Tallahassee, y'all. Especially at Bragg. I got FAMU winning this game, but not by a lot. I got them winning 31. I got them winning 31-21. I have them winning 31-21. But like I said, in order for this, in Blue, you can attest to me. You can attest to this because you are the stats guy for FCS. FAMU, in order for FAMU to get that at-large, to get that at-large bid, they have to win out, and they have to win out big. If I'm not mistaken, they have to win out big. Like you have to blow. You pretty much got to blow out Southern. You got to blow out the next 2 teams. Yeah, you got to destroy Bethune in the Florida Classic. Yeah, I seen that game, man. And it was a classic right there. Miss Davis, I had plans to get my ticket too, but circumstances come up. So I'm gonna watch the game here at the house, and I'm gonna have the post game show. So just y'all, when the game is over with, I'm gonna have the post game show. It's gonna be live, so everybody come on in. Yeah, I feel you. The SoCon and the CIAA, it got to be chaos with them. But they do have to be dominant. Like on that 6-game winning streak, like you can't score just 23 and 28 and 27. Like you literally have to score like 40 or 50 points just to prove a point. I felt like they did that last season, but I don't see it with this team this season. It was like, what is the difference between last season's team and this season's team? And if you want to jump on the stream, I invite you on the stream, man. out there so you can get on the stream, bro. If you can. But ooh. That's crazy right there. SoCon might get 4 bids. Ooh. And the SoCon is not those slouching when it comes to the FCS playoffs too. So yeah, everybody kind of remember that. But we know that right there. But like I said, I got FAMU beating Southern. I don't think Southern comes back from the ass whooping that Jackson State gave them last weekend. I feel like they are going. I don't know if I would say a tailspin, but it's gonna be hard fought when they play Grambling in the Bayou Classic. I mean, yeah, I hope they do too, but I would like to see FAMU represent. But man, look, just by them seeing what they did, what they're doing against the 6-game winning streak, like I don't see them being dominant. It's like they're being to me, it's like they're being passive. That's what I see. Last game on the list, if I'm not mistaken, last game on the list. Last game on the list, Jackson State versus them Third Ward Tigers, Texas Southern. All right. Now, last season this game was exciting. It was in Jackson, but Jackson State prevailed 41-21. Andrew Body did not have too much of a good game in this game against them last season. They didn't really have a good game last season, but this season, this season it has been hard. It has been hard this season. So, like I said, you got when commend them for putting 2 FBS schools on their schedule. Going into yeah, man, we gonna get into that too. Texas Southern starting the season off with a loss against Prairie View in the Labor Day Classic, but then bounced back 2 weeks later to shut out Southern, and then kind of fell short against Alabama State, in which they should have won the game because they had the lead in the game. And I just feel like the play calling for Texas Southern kills me. It kills me, y'all. But I can say this: they are on a 3-game winning streak. They have, other than Southern in the West, they did beat Pine Bluff. Of course, everybody beats Pine Bluff. But their biggest win was against Alcorn 2 weeks ago. 34-27. They were up in that game. Alcorn tried to come back late. And we all know what the outcome was. 34-27 victory over Alcorn. That game, like I said, Texas Southern had 3 interceptions, took 1 to the house. Andrew Body was formidable in that game. Didn't make any mistakes. The only thing I hated about this game was the play calling. There was the play calling from the offensive coordinator. Defensive wise, I watched the tape against for them, and y'all seen it on Tuesday when I did the breakdown of the game. They played 8 to 10 yards off the ball. The cornerback played 8 to 10 yards off the ball because they don't want to get beat. They're playing the zone. But if you throw it on top of them, they are eligible to pick you off. They are ball hawks. They do lead the conference in interceptions with 12. It's kind of crazy because I want to see the battle between Zay Hamilton and Dallas Daniels. I'm sorry, Ms. Dean. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to follow. I'm gonna talk about Pine Bluff, y'all, in a little bit after this. But they do run the ball. They run the ball effectively, but it's not like what you saw last season where they were just stupid with the run. Where Body had 600 yards for the season, you had Ladarius Owens with another 600 yards, and nobody didn't know too much about them. Now now they know everything about Andrew Body, and they key in on him. That's the main thing. What goes on that happened, with this team. They keyed in on Andrew Body. They have a game plan against him now. They're basically, you want to limit him from running the ball, because if he runs the ball, he's gone. Hey, Mama Body. Woo, they said, I seen that. Reselling the tickets 5 times the regular price. Ah, dang. Come on now. That's not doing nothing for the school. That's lining your own pockets. You trying to help the school. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm gonna see this. Clyde Marshall says Shadorius reminded me of Vince Young. How? Shadorius learning how to dissect the blitz as she was hesitant in blitzing Shador. The camera coach admitted Shadorius mastering the blitz. I wouldn't say Vince Young. Nah, I wouldn't say Vince Young. Because Vince Young, he could diagnose back then. Vince Young could diagnose a play, but he had the speed, he had the legs and the speed to take off if he didn't see anything open. And that's the difference between Shador and Vince Young. Make sure y'all like the stream. There's over 50 people in the chat, y'all. 50 people watching the stream. Make sure you like it. Make sure you comment, remember, and subscribe. Thank you. And Sonny Boone, yeah, it's time to move away from those third parties, y'all. And even though it was a messed up way that we did it, I did like how Jackson State did, because they knew that if you put it on third parties, they was going to try to scalp it, and the school wasn't going to get that type of money back from it. But with Texas Southern, they do have a formidable defense. They do give up a lot of passing yards, but like I said, they are ball hawks. The back end of the defense are ball hawks. They don't have a lot of sacks as a team, but when they do get the sacks, because it's coverage, because those cornerbacks are back there covering the hell out of the receivers. Like I said, Raheem Fuller is a dog. Zay Hamilton is a dog. Nehemiah Harris, he's a dog. And he's only a freshman. All right. Vermonte Peoples, dog. All the dudes on the defense line, they are dogs. Man, they are dogs on their defense. Because it ain't every day like other than Jackson State. It's not every day a Texas Southern team shuts out Southern. So that's all I got to say about that. I had to see if I'm gonna be able to get down there. That's the whole thing. What's going on? Cliff? And y'all ever done, make sure y'all check my guy Cliff, aka Hoop Jargon Media Network. Man, y'all check out his content on the basketball. You know, when it comes to the basketball thing, man, check it out. He's good with it. Y'all also check out my boy, the Blue Bloods College Football Podcast. Man, that is the statistician for FCS. For the FCS. Who else I got up in here that has a oh yeah, my boy Bliss City Kobe, aka Bliss City Podcast. Y'all check him out also. Make sure y'all subscribe to all of those guys. Good people, man. Good people. But it's gonna be a showdown because I feel like Shedeur Sanders, when it comes to Jackson State, y'all seen what happened last weekend against Southern. Shedeur just opened up another element in his game as far as running with the ball. And y'all know Shedeur is the slowest, fastest quarterback that we have on the team. But I don't expect him to be able to boogie like that, running the ball against his team. I would hand the ball off to Sivion Wilkinson, who is the leading rusher on the team, 682 yards with 5 touchdowns. I will hand the ball off to him a lot in this game. Dallas Daniels leads the team in receiving and receptions, 543 yards, 47 receptions, 6 touchdowns. Now, I'm going to get to my guy Chief. He said that Dallas Daniels dropped a lot of back passes last weekend. He did. It is not like him to drop passes. He said it himself. He said it himself that you won't see that again. He said you won't see that again. Don't know what the weather's supposed to be like in Houston, but I heard it's supposed to be raining. I don't know by the time kickoff come around, but it's supposed to be some wet weather down in Houston this coming weekend. But it is a great day to be a Tiger, either Jackson State or the Third Ward Tigers. He said needs 40 carries. Wilkinson not gonna get 40 carries because I don't think nobody really does that anymore, unless you just a run heavy offense. But I feel like he'd probably get about 25. If he gets 25, it gets about 150 yards. 150 yards for the day with probably like 2 touchdowns. He did his job. What up, Val? What up, Ed? He did his job. So this game right here, I'm not gonna say it's a blowout, but I got this game similar from what I seen last season, 41-21, Jackson State. I feel like Andrew Body's gonna go out this game instead of Ladarius Owens because Ladarius Owens torched us last year for almost 200 yards running the ball. And Derek Morton, he's gonna catch some passes, but I see Andrew Biden probably getting like 100 yards rushing, or not even 100, probably about 80 yards rushing, and another 150, 175 in the air. But I also see Shedeur throwing the ball for about 350 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's liable to throw 1 pick, y'all. I'm just saying he's liable to throw 1 pick because he's playing against Ball Hawks. Against Ball Hawks. Hey, it's Texas Southern. I'm not putting nothing against them because I've seen them play before, and they do have a tendency. They can put up some points on the board. But like I said, 41-21 Jackson State. Yeah, they did lay an egg in the rain. They did. And plus, also remember they had 2 rain delays in that game for that game too. He said Wilkinson is running for 234 this week. We'll see. I want to go back to I want to go back to what Miss. I want to go back to what Miss D was talking about. All right. Okay. Now, Miss D, I'm not cooking Pine Bluff, but the thing about it is the fact that you can't go 2 years in a row having two separate 9-game losing streaks to finish off to try to finish off the year. That's what I'm saying. We can't, y'all have the players. You have the players. You have a good running back. We and everybody knows who Skylar Perry is. I felt like at the time it was coaching. It was Doc Gamble. I feel like Doc Gamble couldn't get the team together. That's my big issue about Pine Bluff. I felt like he couldn't get the team together, so especially when you win a game big, but then you get into another game and you have the lead, but you let the lead go and you don't recover from that mentally. That's a mental, to me, that's mental right there. But I hope that Pine Bluff gets the head coach that they need, and basically the QB, the team is put together well together in order for them to compete. So that's what I hope. That's what I hope for. Let me see. Get it to the comments. Have you noticed in that JSU that the JSU linebackers are aggressively quick? They are in shape, which allows their physicality to dominate. Therefore, the opposing team's back are unable to run. Yes, I've seen it. Aubrey Miller stays in shape. My guy's a workout warrior, but he's also a feared hitter when it comes to being a linebacker. Barron Hobson, watch out for him. He's only a sophomore. He's to me, he's like one of the headbangers for the linebacker crew. You also got Niles Gaddy, who's also a sophomore. But with Niles Gaddy, he can stand up playing linebacker, but he's also a rush D. He can put his hands in the ground and be a rush D end. You also have Jeremiah Brown, JB. Speed is his thing. Instincts is his game. He's quick to the ball. He's quick to the quarterback. And on special teams, he does have the tendency to block the field goals. And y'all seen what happened last week. Oh, here you go, Russell, man. Come on now. If it's an upset, y'all know I will jump on this damn thing quick. Sonny Boone, yes, the D-line does have to start getting more push. If you haven't seen the video, it's a video that was on for the pregame show. Dennis Thurman was talking to the defensive unit, in which he was saying, hey, you need to stop starting off slow. It's basically like he said, as far as with what's going on with the offense starts off slow. Defense needs to stop starting off slow. He said he wants unity. He wants the defensive players to play as a unit, celebrate with your teammates, not by yourself, because it takes 11 to do what you do on the defensive side of the ball. So you watch that, he kind of lays it out there, and I feel like the kids responded well to that. Then I also think about what Coach Brown was saying. He said in one of the meetings, I think it was Tuesday morning when we found out that Takeoff was shot and killed in Houston the night before. He already told them they locked him down in the hotel room because he don't want nothing to happen to them. It would be, Blue. It would be a terrible loss if we lose this game. If we lose the game, it would be a terrible loss. And then all the game we won was for nothing, pretty much. So yeah, man. Only upset would be in somebody's stomach. You funny, Brian. But hey, Clip. Yeah, true. Ain't no way in the hell we gonna drop this game right here. We can't drop this game. Hey, Blue, yeah, it's always possible to drop a game, but everybody said that last week again we played Southern. They feel like we gonna drop this game. No. Put 35 on them. Gave them a goose egg. Gave them the goose egg. Yeah, man. But other things that's coming up as far as shout outs and upcoming events. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be in Houston this weekend. Like I said, if anything changes, I will let everybody know. But for right now, I probably will be here at the house. Other than that, I have to be at work because y'all, it's holiday season. It's holiday season. I hate it. I hate it. Being on the retail world, I hate it. That's a bold statement to say right there. I like Andrew Body, but how's Malik Williams? He's that dude. He's that dude. But like I said, I don't know. It's like I said, it's holiday season. Everybody know retail world. We don't like it, so we try to, I try to keep it all balanced. But like I said, I will be. I'll be in Commerce. Is go see Tennessee State play A&M Commerce. I think that's November the 19th. Anything changes as far as SWAC championship game goes, I'll probably be back in Jackson. I don't know yet. Don't know yet, y'all. But it would be good to go to that game and cover the whole thing and stuff like that. Love to get media passes, but people don't say we're media. As independent creators are not media, but I digress. I digress. But let me just say this. I want to wish a happy birthday to Scotty, aka Offscript. He said he's not a birthday type of guy, but man, look, I'm putting on my platform. Happy birthday to you, man. Hopefully you doing good, feeling well, feeling great. Hey, like I say, it is good to see another year above ground. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Is make sure you is a good day when you wake up and you're above ground. All right. So shout out to him. Hopefully you have a good day today. Thank you, Russell. Thank you. make sure you go out and go vote. It is coming down to the crunch time. Make sure y'all go vote. If you haven't done early voting yet, do your early voting right now if you want to. But if not, you can go on Tuesday to cast your ballot. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you vegetarian or independent. It don't matter to me. Long as you go out to go vote, that's the only thing that matters to me. That's it. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, Alan. You gotta do what you gotta do. But go out there and vote. To me, if you don't vote and you start complaining about stuff going on, your opinion to me does not matter because you did not go out there to vote, to use your constitutional right to go vote. So make sure y'all go vote, especially on the local and the state level. That's the main things you want to worry about, the local and the state level. Go out there and vote. Yes, sir. This is my Alpha Phi Omega. This is my hat right here. I made it last year. So yeah, I made this hat last year. Made a couple of hats last year with my fraternity and some other stuff. I did some for the sorority. I could do something for Divine Nine. Like I said, Freemason, Eastern Star. It don't matter what you want. I can do it for you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember David Terrell, man. Yes, hey Clyde. If you own hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter and just message me and we can see if we can get that done, man. I would love to have David Terrell on the show, man. Y'all just don't know. Yeah, tell him Blue, hit the like button. HBCU Band Tall, you say you need a PM hat. I got you, man. Just tell me what you need. Hit me up in the message. All right. But yeah, like I said, Clyde, just hit me up on Twitter. Twitter handle is that's it right there. That's the handle right there on my Twitter. I would love, get him on the show, man. You get him on the show. I would love to interview David Terrell, man. Thank you. But I thank y'all, man, for riding with me this afternoon. This weekend, I'm not going to. Like I said, it all depends on what happens this on Saturday. If I go down to Houston for the game, if not, I'll be watching games. But this weekend, I'll probably go see. Since I stay in Dallas, I live in Dallas. I'll probably go see South Oak Cliff versus Woodrow Wilson for the district title, 5A Division II. Go see my niece cheer, and my other niece is a athletic trainer. But that's probably the only things I will go to. So because we getting ready to be geared up on playoffs here in Texas. I already told you, Bethune over. I got Bethune over Bama State, man. Yeah, I remember. Hey, come on now. Come on now. Justin Fargas, the A Train. Hey, come on now, man. Come on with it. Make it happen. Make it happen, y'all. Make it happen. A Train, man. I love A Train, man. When he was playing in the NFL with the Bears. And Justin Fargas was a beast at Michigan as a running back, man. I love make it happen. Make it happen, Clyde. I got you, man. I'm gonna want this ticket, but hit me up. I'm gonna hit you up, Miss Body, and I'm gonna see what the wife is wanting to do this weekend. That's pretty much see what the wife want to do this weekend. Because if not, then I'll be, like I said, I'll be here. And I've been said I want to go down there, but life calls sometimes. But Clyde, man, make that happen. Make it happen. I will gladly have them on the show. But like I said, make sure y'all also make sure y'all check out my guy HBCU Bad Talk. He does have a show on podcast on YouTube also. Like I said, Hoop Jargon Sports, check him out on YouTube. Blue Bloods, check him out. Even All Script, I don't care anybody. If you like it, you don't like him, you check him out. Check him out also. Between Game Sports, my boy Will, check him out. If you're on Twitter, Wednesday nights, HBCU Nightly, with my guy Josh Sims and the crew. We be on that. Hey, we be cutting up on that. Let's see, you got the ONG Strike Zone, check them out. You got my guy Bridges with the pregame snap, check him out. Check out their content right there for the Florida A&M people. Check out my guy Perry White with Jaguar Journal on YouTube. Make sure y'all check everybody out. Man, we are independent content creators. Y'all make sure you check all of us out. Hey man, look, I always play the bigger man. I'm gonna play the bigger man. Cause look, I always say if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this right now. Cause really, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Really, my shows were supposed to be about sneakers and fashion. Cause I'm a sneakerhead. I got about 120 pairs of shoes here in my house, and that's what my show was supposed to be about. But then I pivoted and came up with the name with this, and hey, I've been rocking with it ever since. So we on the road to 600 subscribers right now. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you comment and share it with your people. But in the meantime, between time, I'm your boy Doc Holliday. This is another HBCU OverDrive live week preview show. I think somebody told me it's week 9, so I'll fix that, y'all. Okay, I'll fix it. But make sure you go out there and vote. Super Tuesday is coming up. Go out there and vote. Exercise your right to go out there and vote. And make sure. Oh, Clyde, hey, who is your nephews? Come on now, man. Come on now. I don't know. I probably know who they are. Hey man. We gotta do some talking. Make sure that y'all, like I said, make sure you check out all the independent content creators. without us doing this, y'all won't get the information to, without y'all, we wouldn't get this information to the masses. Make sure that you hug your loved ones. Make sure that you tell them that you love them. But like I said, in the meantime, between time, it's your boy Doc Holiday. Y'all be blessed and stay dangerous. Peace.